Hey everyone, happy afternoon. I was just sitting here thinking, doing some deep meditation, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to share some of my thoughts on a Facebook Live of all things. So this could either go really well or it could be really bad. I don't know. Let's see. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know, this week has been a challenging week for me. We're deep in the middle of winter here in Chicago, and winter and I don't always get along. That. So to back up the story and talk about when you don't love where you are right now. So I wanted to share about that. So 2 years ago, my husband and I, we sold our house in Bolingbrook, and we decided to move to Naperville, closer to his work. The last kid flew the coop. So we started looking for a townhouse. So we thought, we're tired of doing all the yard work. We just want a place where we can just come in and then leave and travel. That was the vision 2 years ago. Well, it got down to the very last day. We had to buy something that day to be able to meet the deadline for the mortgage, because otherwise we would have to move twice. So when it came down to it, we found a townhouse. We picked our townhouse. And at that time, the sun was shining. It was the middle of summer, and the place was empty. So it looked much bigger than we thought. And there were a lot of good things about the townhouse that we liked. It had a fantastic, bathroom with a bathtub for me, a requirement. I must have a bathtub where I can read and meditate. That was one of the requirements. So we moved. We moved in. And at first it was fine. Things were happening, my mom had passed away. I lost a good friend, Patty, then I lost a friend, Peggy, then I lost my nephew. So I have 4 deaths within a very, very short amount of time. And things were going along. So life was moving at a very fast pace. I didn't really have time to really grieve and to really shut down. So over the last several months, we were really struggling with our place that we called home. I called the realtors and I said, I'm going to move again. We'll just find us a small house. Here's what we want. So we started looking, and we actually made an offer on a house. And it fell through. And an interesting thing happened. So I was sitting there, I'm meditating, and I'm praying, and I'm like, okay, God, what is this all about? Why is this happening? Why am I not happy here? Why am I struggling so much here in this townhouse? And I realized why. Well, number one is there's a very little light here. So those of you who really like sunshine like me, I need the sun every day to really revitalize my energy. And the townhouse was draining me of that energy. And I knew this because every time I traveled and I came home, I enjoyed home for the first day. By the second, third day of being home, I was ready to travel again. So I was not happy here in the townhouse. And then one day I sat down, I'm doing my meditation, I'm praying, and I'm thinking, oh, we all know that the secret to happiness is to really bloom where you are planted, right? I mean, that is the secret to happiness, period. No matter where you are in life, in the world, on your journey, you can tap into happiness pretty instantly by changing your thoughts, your attitudes, and your actions. We've learned that. So first of all, my thoughts about my home were really messed up. My attitude about living here really messed up. My actions didn't appreciate it. So those 3 things were happening. And I was miserable, really miserable. And then that day, I realized I had the power to be happy here if I chose to be. So that moment, that day, changed things. I decided that I was going to get up and I was going to practice gratitude for my home. And you should know that in the 2 years moving here, our house was chaotic. We didn't really unpack. We had a lot of, stuff in the basement. Every room was just not pleasant to be in. So my husband and I, we agreed that one by one, we would clean up each room and make it a beautiful place to be. So we did that. My husband started painting the rooms. We started redecorating, not spending money, but reusing what we had. And my husband went and bought cabinets for the laundry room and had all these fancy hooks to hang up things. And little by little, the energy started to shift. And the funny thing was, last month, villagers called and said, hey, guess what? Now that house, do you put a bid on? They want you to buy it now at that price. And my husband and I just sat down and we discussed it and we realized, no, that house wasn't the plan anymore. So it's funny how things shift. When you shift your energy, you may not be in the right place on your journey in life. But if you sit there and realize what are the good things on your journey that you're thankful for, it shifts everything. It shifts that energy. It just shifts. Try it. If you're struggling right now in life and struggling with your journey, sit there and realize what is good. What are you thankful for? There is a blessing in everything that you face, in every challenge, in every barrier. And when things are not going right, it's so easy to lose your way and forget. So I wanted to share something now. A lot of times you see me post positive things on the internet, and I do it for me as well as for you. Because every time I'm derailed, I try to shift it back to something that's positive. And I read an article this morning about, being positive all the time is not always good. And I sat there and I thought, what do you mean? But it's true. If people don't see you struggle, if people don't see you facing adversity, don't see the raw, real human emotions that we have. I mean, I know even the most happiest person on earth has moments of raw emotion that are not good or look so positive at times. So I found this quote and I wanted to share. And the quote is by Hannah Children. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but I'll share it in the comments after this. So she said, feelings like disappointment, embarrassment, irritation, resentment, anger, jealousy, fear, those emotions are actually very clear moments that teach us where it is that we are holding back in life. They're like the messengers that tell us with terrifying clarity exactly where we're stuck. So when you have those negative emotions in your life, they tell you where you're stuck. But when you feel the stuck, just remember you have 3 things you can change. The thoughts, your reactions, response to the thoughts, the attitude, and the action. So you may not be stuck after a while because you have the control of those 3 things. So the negative emotions that you go through, the times when you're crying, laying on the floor crying, thinking it's an absolutely awful day, because I had one of those yesterday. Those are the moments of real humanness, and they show us where we're stuck. So thank you guys for joining me, and I wish you a great evening.